Hello, happy Sunday. Today I'm going to show you a quick bake that has no fat and no refined sugar. So if you enjoy sweet treats, this is a really guilt-free version. It is a cacao porridge cake, and I will show you the basic ingredients, and you can of course add dried fruit or nuts or any other natural ingredient that you like to this recipe to make it your own. So here are the ingredients. If you love chocolate in your cakes, this is a great alternative. It's just ground cacao, so it is basically chocolate without the sugar, and you can add that to your baking or to your porridges or anything you like, and you know that there's no sugar in it. So this is the one that I use. I buy it from Amazon, but there's so many different brands, but it's called cacao powder. So we're going to use a little bit of this, and it goes a long way. And we're going to use some porridge oats as the base of our cake, just normal porridge oats. Bananas for sweetness. Now the bananas have to be super ripe. So the darker and blacker they are, the more sweet they will be, and that makes your cake sweeter. We're going to use 2 eggs, and I'm going to use this, which is my Muller Light Vanilla Yogurt. So it has 0% fat, and this has a little bit of chocolate in it, but it has, as you can see, hardly any sugar. It's got some sweeteners in it, so you have to make a decision what type of sweetener you like, but it's a lower sugar option to add some sweetness and some dairy to your cake without using refined sugar. So it's basically a 1 bowl cake. You just mix everything into the 1 bowl and you bake in a preheated oven at roughly about 180 degrees for about, let's say, 30 to 35 minutes. It's a porridge cake, and it's really important that you don't overcook it or it gets too dry. So what I do is I check it after half an hour by putting a knife into it. If it's still a bit soggy, that's absolutely fine, because when you take it out of the oven, it continues to cook for a bit. So the recipe itself is quite simple. You put in, so I've got a normal loaf tin with a liner in it, and to fill my loaf tin, I put in 100 grams of my porridge oats. So this is unsweetened, just normal, pure porridge oats without anything added to it. Remember, if you buy anything with extra fruit or nuts or any mixed porridge oats, there might be added sugar. So check your ingredients at the back. And then I'm going to break in. So that's the only thing I need to weigh actually, my actual porridge. I'm going to mash in my really lovely ripe bananas. So I just mash them in any old way. My hands are it's quite a nice messy job, so don't be afraid of using your hands. But if it is something you object to, use a fork or something. But really, the blacker the bananas, the better they'll be. These could go a few more days, but I've run out, and I want some of my porridge cake. So I'm going to mash all that in. So that's the bananas, 2 bananas going in, 2 eggs, so all in the same bowl. No need to worry about extra washing up. Okay. And then I'm going to put in this pot of yogurt. So this is 160 grams of yogurt that we're adding in now. You can use obviously any flavor you like. I've used vanilla because I'm going to be using a cacao powder, so I want the vanilla to pair with that. So if you don't use cacao powder and you decide to make a lemon cake, porridge cake for instance, you can put in grated lemon zest and maybe a lemon yogurt or any yogurt that you fancy. Okay, again, like I was saying, with the bananas to add sweetness, if you substitute with another fruit, you might find it's not as sweet as you'd like. So for instance, if I was making strawberries and I put in strawberries with strawberry yogurt, the strawberries themselves, unless they are very sweet strawberries, won't add quite enough sweetness. So, you know, you might need to add in some extra sweeteners to make it as sweet as you like. So you'll keep testing to see how you go. I'll show you an alternative to adding sugar. I have these that I can get here in the UK. So what this is carob. It is carob. It's a natural fruit extract without any artificial flavorings or anything, and that's something I could use to add added sweetness if I decided my bananas weren't sweet enough or I wanted to try a different fruit. So now that I've done that, I'm now going to add in a nice heaping tablespoon. Let me grab a spoon. A nice heaping tablespoon of my cacao powder. That will be plenty, yeah, because it's quite strong in flavor. If you like it even more chocolatey, 2 tablespoons, as I'm doing. So that's all the ingredients that you need. Again, 2 bananas, 2 eggs, 160 grams of your sugar-free, fat-free flavored yogurt, 100 grams of porridge oats, and 1 or 2 tablespoons of your cacao powder. So I'm just going to mix all this up really thoroughly. There's no need to worry about over mixing because this will just all blend together. So you just keep mixing, and then we're going to pop it into the oven, which I'm preheating for about 30 minutes. Check on it to see how it's getting on. And we have a lovely cake. So sometimes I add walnuts to this, and sometimes I top it with a bit of flaked almonds, but obviously, you know, depending on what you like in your cake. There's a variety of ways you can make this your own. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. See you soon. So there's the porridge cake just come out of the oven. Nice and baked, ready to go. So you can let it cool down a bit, put it in the fridge, and it should last you a good few days. Now what I like to do is I've got a bit of this Sweet Freedom chocolate coconut, which I then drizzle on the top, and that will do me with a lovely cup of tea for breakfast or for tea time. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know how you get on. Happy weekend!